Hey guys, Mike Robertson of RobertsonTrainingSystems.com and Indianapolis Fitness and Sports Training. Here to talk to you today about a really common question that I get asked, and that is, how do I get 2 kettlebells in the rack position if I'm working with clients and athletes? And Craig Rasmussen, who's been a good friend of mine for, 10, 12, 14 years now, actually asked this question, so thanks Craig, I appreciate it. Now, when it comes to this setup, number one, if you're an RKC or an HKC or whatever kettlebell guru is now these days, please don't take offense. All right, there's a lot of people I just don't want to teach how to do a kettlebell clean on day one, but I still want them to get the benefits of 2 kettlebell work. So the first option is very, very simple. I'm just going to hand them the bell. All right, now I know that sounds simple, but that's okay, because ultimately we just want our clients to get in that 2 kettlebell rack position so they've got something in front of their body that allows them to shift their weight back and get their abs on. So that's option number 1. Option number 2 is what I call a skier swing, and I know BJ Gaddour has used this term as well before, but a skier swing works really well, and it's a combination of skier swing and momentum. But I'm going to show you how we do that. So give me just a second, and I'll get set up. All right, guys, so as promised, the 2 ways that you can teach your clients or athletes how to get these 2 kettlebells in place. Number 1, hand it to them. Number 2 is kind of this skier swing variation that I've used quite a bit. So what you're going to do, a regular kettlebell swing, your feet are kind of wide, you got the 2 kettlebells here, you clean it into position, and then you get set up. I think that's a lot of work, and again, a lot of my clients aren't ready to kettlebell swing or kettlebell clean on day 1. So what I'm going to teach them is just basic, kind of like this kettlebell skier swing with momentum variation. So what I'm going to have them do, set up here, parallel stance, get into a good hinge, stand up, and then we're just going to go 1, 2, 3. Pick it up on the clean, and then you're ready to go with whatever exercise you're going to do. Now, one thing that I really struggled with when I was doing the RKC years ago with Pavel instructing was timing the clean. All right, and again, I'm not a kettlebell expert by any stretch, but one of the big things that you're going to see is these people want to rocket this thing up, and then the momentum of the bell catches them on the way back down. So whenever I teach somebody this, I get them set up, they'll stand up, we'll go 1, 2, and then I make sure they start that clean as quickly as possible. They think about pulling the arm back as quick as they can, because that's going to make a huge difference, and it's going to take a lot of stress and a lot of beating off the backside of their forearm. So those are your 2 options. Hand them the bell or use the skier swing to get those 2 kettlebells in place. I'm a big fan, and I think it's going to make a big difference for you guys when you're coaching your clients and your athletes. I'm Mike Robertson, signing off.